If you guys think modern driving games are tough, you haven't played Hyperchase on the Vectrex. This is an impressive game all around, but what really amazes me about the Vectrex, in addition to just how cool it is the sound this thing outputs. I'm recording this with a microphone in front of the Vectrex, and it sounds extremely good for a 1982 game console. This is one of the most impressive games on the Vectrex, and while Solar Quest may be my current favorite Vectrex game, that and Berserk, but I grew up playing Berserk on the 2600, so that's probably still my favorite version. Speaking of the Atari 2600, Hyperchase is extremely similar to Activision's classic driving game, Enduro, on Atari 2600. In many ways, this is even better. I like the way that they use the vertical aspect ratio of the monitor on the Vectrex, and due to the unique vector-based graphics on the Vectrex, the motion is extremely smooth, crisp, clear, you can see way into the distance, and it's remarkably playable and fun and damn challenging. Your race car has 4 gears. When you get to the 4th gear, fairly quickly it just stays on the top speed. You have an accelerate button, a brake button, and then shifting up and shifting down. Steering is extremely touchy. You may not notice that watching the gameplay, but this car can oversteer extremely easily. Weaving your way through traffic in this game is not easy, and if you slow down too much, other cars will come from behind and also crash into you. There's 2 different modes of gameplay in Hyperchase. That's another really cool feature of this game. What we just watched was Game 1, where you drive the entire length of the road in Hyperchase, and there's only one section of the track. So it's like Outrun, except you don't choose your own direction per se, you just drive one section, which took me 118 seconds. Because I spent most of my time crashing and burning. When you play Game 1, you have unlimited lives. I prefer Game 2, which we are watching now, where you have 5 lives and you're scored for distance covered and you earn points for each car that you pass. It's not often that I get a high score while recording for a classic game room review. Obviously, I don't record every game I play. But this is my best Hyperchase game to date. I'm proud of my performance in Hyperchase. This is similar to Enduro in the fact that you don't always have to drive full speed. In fact, slowing down occasionally actually helps meander through some of the tough parts in the track filled with cars that you can't even see flying towards you. And passing those cars on the outside is really tricky because the road continues to move back and forth. Fans of good old school driving games will love Hyperchase, so if you dig pole position or Enduro, you've got to play Hyperchase. An absolute must-play game on the Vectrex. Of course, I say that about every Vectrex game, but it's true. And if you have a Vectrex, it's not like the games cost all that much. So pick up a copy of Hyperchase.
Motherfucker. That's still a high score.
Ah, the joys of recording with an external microphone. That's the score to beat, kids. See you next time on Classic Game Room.